Yeah. second time, right?
Yeah, Engel was statistically their leading rusher up until he didn't play in those 2 games. Still not sure why he didn't play, but he was their leading rusher, so definitely not something unexpected for him to keep the ball. Hawks are going to have to find a way to tackle him at that first level rather than him getting to the linebackers and safeties.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to stay home and I spy the quarterback, as now this time he hands it off, and the D-line is right there to hold on to that. And I think that tackle was by 33, who lost his helmet in that scuffle.
Zaire Washington on the carry for Sycamore.
And Hibbert, and it looks like Bouchette was in there for the tackle as he lost his helmet and had to come off.
Washington doesn't get many offensive snaps. He's mostly the linebacker for Sycamore, and he's back in there along with Engel.
Washington's back in there. Now he's going to lead block this time, and Engel gets swallowed up. A real kick as the Hawks push him backwards after about a 1-yard gain.
As long as the Hawks can maintain their defensive discipline there, Engel's going to get a couple good runs out of that, but if the Hawks can maintain defense like that, it's not going to help Sycamore too much unless they can get a receiver or a running back along the outside.
So that brings up 3rd and 5, Ken, from the 20-yard line, as the Aviators have not converted yet on a 3rd down. As Engel goes back in the shotgun, he's got split wide receivers as the tight end goes in motion. And a little high snap, he'll hold on to it. He's trying to look for some room. He's getting to that secondary again.
It's going to be enough for a Sycamore 1st down.
And he definitely converts the 1st down. Reasoner and Boothite get that tackle, but he's definitely getting to the 2nd level here, as you can see in this replay. He fakes this and then just takes off to the right and then cuts back left, and is definitely getting to the 2nd level, almost 3rd level to the DBs before anybody's touching him. So they convert that 1st down, and they get the ball just inside the 9-yard line, and there goes a wild snap way back, and Engel smartly just dives on the ball. But just when they had 1st and goal from the 9, and we saw that snap previous was a little high, right? Engel had to reach up there and get it. Now this one goes sailing over his head back to the 31-yard line. And that is definitely not what the Avs wanted, but the Hawks will take it and bring up 2nd and 31.
That's going to hurt the average there. Losing 23 yards. It's going to go down officially as a carry for Engel, unfortunately, but not what Sycamore needed in this situation. But the Hawks, see if they can capitalize it. They got to make sure that Engel doesn't hit forward on a slant pattern here.
Haven't seen Engel toss the ball yet, so we'll see what he does here. He holds down, definitely a run all the way here, and not a whole lot. So just as you were saying, Ken, if the Hawks defense can be disciplined here, they might get out of here looking really good, because this is going to be right now a really long field goal if they can hold the Avs right here on 3rd and 29.
Yeah, you notice there the linebackers didn't come up. They stayed back 5 yards. That way when Engel breaks through the defensive line, the linebackers haven't passed him already. That's what the Hawks need to continue to do. Brings up 3rd and 29 for the Aviators.
So Washington back in there to his left as Engel's in the shotgun. That comes a quick snap to his eyes. There's his first throw. He throws it up. And, oh my gosh, what a catch to number 21.
Gio Garrett, sophomore.
Gio Garrett, sophomore, grabs that. And Freeman was right there. Not for sure what happened, if he misjudged that, but I thought that was either going to be a knockdown or an interception. And somehow Garrett catches that ball and brings up now 4th and 4, and actually gives the Aviators a chance to either go for 6 or kick the ball here. What a play there by the young sophomore wide receiver.
I think the Aviators know they're going to need touchdowns and not field goals to stay competitive with the Hawks here. See if the Hawks defense can hold up here.
So Engel takes the ball. He's going to throw it again. Finds his man in the end zone. I saw two guys open on that. And so just as we were saying that Engel hasn't thrown the ball, he goes back to back and kind of looks like catches the Hawks on their heels a little bit.
A nice little rollout pass to Jacob Tuame. But set up nicely by the catch by Gio Garrett. His first catch on the season, Dave.
Tremendous catch. And just when the Hawks had him backed up and looked like they were probably going to need to punt that, right? I mean, that was going to be a really, really long field goal. And now they convert for 6. But now we have a timeout. Looks like we had not. Didn't look like they have the right personnel. They were short a guy. And that's going to force Sycamore to take an early timeout here at 2:18 in the first quarter.
Yeah, they burned a timeout. They didn't even use it. They just burned it to set up their PAT attempt.
As he comes through, hits the upright, and that's going to be no good.
Yeah,
So
Bennett Hogan there, I think just missed the ball.
So the Hawks come out there smelling a little better than they could have and only give up 6 instead of maybe 0 or 3 at the worst if they were able to get in a long field goal. So after the PAT is no good, it's going to make it Lakota East 7 with Sycamore Aviators 6.
Yeah, kind of a strange turn of events there. Sycamore was knocking on the door, and then they had the bad snap, which brought them back 23 yards. And then just a ball down the left-hand side that Garrett went up and caught.
And like I said, I thought Freeman was either going to knock that down or intercept it. He had great position, and the young man just climbed the ladder and made a great catch. And so here we are closing out the end of the first quarter with almost a tie score at 7-6. As the Sycamore Aviators now will kick off to Lakota East Thunderhawks. And with Rabin out, looks like, is that Caleb Van Hoser? But nope. Maybe Trayvon Powell is back for the kickoff.
Can't quite see.
And I think, okay, Caleb's in the middle here, expecting a short kickoff. Yep, there's number 26. Trayvon is back deep as the kickoff doesn't go very far. So somebody watched film there and comes forward. There's a breakthrough. That's Rosario, the D line. He's just juking and going. Nobody can bring him down. He's broken about 4 tackles and gets caught from behind finally. And, we've been talking about how explosive this young man has been on defense. And there he gets a chance to run the ball back and takes every bit of the opportunity and puts the Hawks in great field position.
Yeah, what a great run by Rosario. That special teams coaches, when they kick to the up man, they kind of like them to either fall on it or go down. But Rosario's got some wheels, so
yeah.
Not going to have him go down. You're going to have him juke and make some moves, and lets the Hawks start again in Sycamore territory.
Nathan shows us some of his skills there. Juking and sliding, and boy, I thought he was down midfield, and he broke free another tackle and brought it down to the 37-yard line as Catherine throws it over to Charlie, and that didn't look very fluid, and Charlie's going to only be able to fall forward for about 2 yard lines. I don't know if that hit him very well in stride on the pitch, but clean nonetheless, and only a 1 yard pickup.
Yeah, Hawks staying in their I formation rather than the wing T. And we'll see if they stay with that on this play or whether they spread out a little bit and have their wing T offense. But
so they bring Stewie out from the tight end position and bring in 2 wide receivers. Poppy and Van Hoser come in, and they split wide right and left.
Davis Singleback.
And Charlie goes in motion. Kathman puts it into Davis's gut, and he is like a corkscrew through there, man. He just spins and spins and spins, and he's a load to take down.
Yeah, kept the feet moving nicely on that. As soon as Kathman gives him the ball, puts his head down, and he's not afraid to give a hit as he's running. And
Eric was doing that over at Mason last week, just spinning, and like I said, they didn't have an answer for him. They were keying on TJ and Charlie, and he stepped up and became the game difference there for the Hawks, as now he leads for a block where Charlie goes left, finds some big space there, and steps over a couple of guys, bowls over another one, and drags him about 3 yards before he goes down.
Charlie Kendricks is going to be a tall order for Sycamore to tackle here. He's so big and strong, and if he gets a great block from the tackle, goes off left tackle on that one, but they're bringing it back.
Looks like we got a penalty holding on the offense. So somewhere in there, the Stripes found a hold, and instead of a great big gain and a first down, we're going to come backwards and make it 1st and 20.
The law firm powerless to fight that in court. Whatever the referee says goes.
No appeals here at the Hawks' Nest.
Hawks are going to be able to get one last play off before the half.
As Poppy splits wide right here towards us, as TJ fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it and go forward. And
it's going to bring us to the end of the quarter, David. And a quarter felt like the Hawks were dominating. They're only up 1.
yeah. So at the end of 1, it is Lakota East Thunderhawks 7, Sycamore Aviators 6.
At time expires in the first quarter, 4th down. Lakota East Thunderhawks 7, Sycamore Aviators 6.
Welcome back to Lakota East High School here at the Hawks' Nest, as the Lakota is up 7-6 over Sycamore Aviators on homecoming night, Hawaiian night, as we can see the student section there, Ken. And so far, East has dominated the ball possession and field possession, but as you said at the end of the quarter here, they're only up 1 point.
Yeah, Hawks supporting their team in full force. Great night for football. Don't blame them for being here. Great, about 65 degrees. The sun has just gone down behind the school building. Hawks with the lead and the ball, trying to capitalize.
As they flip fields and are going from your right to your left, as TJ Catherine throws one up, little behind Charlie Kenrich, and Charlie can't haul that one down. But boy, if he hits him in the stride there, there's a lot of green in front of Charlie there on the right-hand side, as Van Hoser had the DB on that side all the way into the end zone to clear out the space. So,
yeah, hopefully they don't look back on that play and regret that missed opportunity. Kathman, I think, just threw it a little behind, but Kenrich pretty wide open on that.
Yeah, on
definitely Sycamore not expecting that little screen pass play.
On 2nd and 14, that had at least 15 yards in it at minimum. So now TJ goes back, throws another one, and that one's a little low over here to, is that Poppy on the curl back? Yep.
Yeah, just skipped on the ground in front of Poppy. Poppy went out and curled.
So little too short there for TJ. That's 2 passes in a row, and he had plenty of time. Nothing rushed there, and the pass before was a quick route. A 3-step drop and a throw, so no pressure, and TJ's timing just isn't there right now tonight, and that brings up 4th and 14.
Yeah,
too long for the field goal, too short for the punt, so it looks like they're going to try to go for it here as Kathman pulls out, looks, throws one down the middle, wide open. Oh!
Eric
ED
Davis
was wide open, no one near him.
Yeah, Davis had that in his hands, and that's a ball he's got to bring down. Nice soft touch by TJ there. You see great block by 75, Aberthier.
As
TJ could have run that too. He had some open area to run, but then he sees Davis.
Wide open.
A little high, but Davis just couldn't pull it in. So Sycamore's going to take over on downs.
And I don't blame TJ for that throw, right? Like you said, he had space. Looks like he could have gotten to the chains to get a first down for sure. But he sees his running back wide open standing on the 5-yard line. Little high, but I'm kind of with you. Eric needs to go up and grab that one and bring it down. And that would have set the Hawks up at first and goal on the 5-yard line.
So Sycamore going to take over here. First and 10.
So we'll turn it over on downs as Engel takes it right up through the middle, blows through the secondary, and it's Van Hoser that's got to pull him down with a toe.
A shoestring tackle, touchdown saving tackle there, but what a good run by the quarterback. And that's run all the way. He just catches the snap and wildcat formation-ish, and he's just gone.
Yeah, like you said, he was on run all the way, just took off real quick and scampered, and if it wasn't for a toe grab, he'd have saw the end of the field and made pay dirt.
So Sycamore definitely glad to have Engel back in their lineup. Starting to move the ball. There's a handoff to Ford.
Yeah, so from midfield, Ford takes it now, and he comes forward for 5 or 6 yards. Mario grabs him. And Van Hoser. Caleb going both ways here, playing DB and wide receiver. A couple of kids do that on both teams. We'll see Kendrich in there sometimes, going both ways.
Rabin sometimes, Rosario sometimes, and that's kind of new for Coach Rick Haynes. He years ago he didn't do that, but
Engel going back with the fake run all the way. There he slips through again, and they are just not grabbing him at all.
Hawks really struggling to tackle Engel as he goes through the line there. They had multiple chances to bring him down, and they just couldn't do it. We're going to watch this again. Here comes Engel.
Yeah, he's
right
run all the way,
through
like
the middle.
you said.
Good blocking, but 89 with the miss, 30 with the miss. 7 and 9
and
bring him down.
Finally, and that wasn't, sometimes these young guys all want to give a shot, right? Nobody wants to hit and wrap in the old traditional way, which is usually safer too. They want to throw a shoulder, try to knock a guy down, and a guy that has good equilibrium, a good athlete like this young man, he just bounces off and keeps going. So now he throws it in the belly of his running back, and boom! Kendrich comes in, just talking about him going both ways. He just came in the game and makes a big tackle right there.
Yeah, that's Cario Ford on the handoff. And that was another high snap, Dave. So
yeah, we've been kind of eyeballing that. There's been a few of them that Engel's been able to grab, and we know the one that we thought was going to hurt him and ended up recovering and putting the ball in the end zone.
So they definitely have to key on Engel here. They do have to watch for a possible play-action pass on 2nd and long. You may keep it and drop back here.
So from the 20-yard line, throws one out into the flat there to number 1. That's Ford again, and he gets swallowed up real quick.
A good defense by the corner there. Not getting sucked in on the run. And there's Ford, there's a linebacker. Benny Powell, I believe.
Yeah, that was Benny Powell. Yep. Stepped right into the gap and swallowed that up real quick.
So 3rd and long for the Aviators, and we've been here before. Last time they burned the Thunderhawks, and Thunderhawks need to step up and make a play defensively here. Stop this pass play.
Lost 5 yards on that as the comes right back with the run all the way, and this time there's some people wrapping him up, and he gets good yardage, but not enough with about an 8-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 4th and 7.
Jake Reisner here in pursuit and makes the tackle for the Thunderhawks, and Sycamore is definitely going to go for this, the way their kicker.
Straight run all the way there too. Again, I don't know what the defense is seeing. As you mentioned earlier, the linebackers were staying home and watching for that on that one series. Where here, he's not trying to fake or anything. That was a run all the way. So here's a big play on 4th and 7.
Engel trying to get the Hawks to jump with the hard count there. They're too far for their field goal kicker based on the extra point we saw. Sycamore's going to take another timeout, and Scott Totillo wants to talk this over with his boys.
Yeah, 4th and 7, and not a bad idea if you can draw them off, brings it up to 4th and 2. But the Hawks don't bite on that, and that forces the Aviators to call a timeout. And like you said, talk it over as they're in that in-between period of too far for their field goal kicker, too short for the punt here from the 16-yard line, which would set it up to be what, Ken? If they did drop back, that'd be just about over a 40-yarder.
Yeah, that's going to be too far for them. Actually, 33. They got it marked at the 16. See Coach Haynes talking to the officials there. I don't know what he thought he saw that he was upset with, but definitely had a little conversation with the officials.
So, yeah, that would put it, yeah, you're right around 33 yards field goal, and they obviously do not have confidence in that inside the 20. So they're going to line back up here on 4th and 7.
Looks like Washington in the backfield with Engel, and you have to have 2 players on Engel right here. You have to have 2 just spying the quarterback.
Got split wide right doubles as he looks to throw, as he throws one down into the corner, wide open.
The catch there, they're calling that a catch.
And yeah.
Here it comes again. You see Engel rolling out, and he finds his receiver there, tosses it toward the ground.
And he comes up with the catch, just sits down in between the zone and is wide open for a first down conversion. So 2 huge third down conversions by the Avs here, as this allows them to now knock on the door again and potentially take the lead of this game.
In a game the Hawks were dominating early, Sycamore definitely has the momentum here. Ford in the backfield with Engel. Ford goes in motion.
As Engel takes a snap, he goes straight forward, and he's untouched. Goes right in the end zone and dives. I don't think anybody touched him. And that'll bring a touchdown for the Avs. And that's a big turn of events here at the Hawk Nest.
Yeah, and if you're the Hawks, you have to expect that run.
Absolutely. I mean, he's not disguising anything there, Ken. That snap's coming, and he's pushing off that back foot and going forward.
Hogan on to try his second extra point of the game, and this time it's good.
So that brings it to 13-7 as the Sycamore Aviators take lead of the game here midway through the second quarter with 7:06 left. And now Hawks are going to have to answer this for sure when they get this kickoff.
Yeah, their defense has been playing good the last couple games. Really, the times they've gotten burnt in games were the long pass, the pass to the wide receiver out in the flat or down the sideline. They haven't really been burned too much by runs up the middle. Today they're getting burned by runs up the middle.
Yeah, we saw that the game opener in Moeller. They got beat a couple times deep. I think that was that Hamilton took advantage of them a few times deep and kind of stuck around in that game early. But yeah, normally the run is something that the Hawks have shut down. And right now they don't have an answer for Engel, as he's just been at will getting 10, 15, 20 yards. And 2 huge third down conversions now with his arm to keep the Aviators not only in this game, but now take the lead.
Saw our cheerleaders there. You saw our student section there. See if they can prod the Hawks in to get another good field position. They've started 2 times in Sycamore territory. They want a good run back here, and they need to get on the board before halftime.
So there's a kickoff that's a squib kick, and it goes right to, it looks like Poppy scooped that one up. And that's going to help out the Hawks again with great field position at midfield, right around about the 43-yard line. So I don't know if that was intentional or it just was a bad kick.
Sure looked intentional. It didn't look like he miskicked it or anything. So not quite in Sycamore territory. That's actually their worst starting field position.
Yeah.
But if your worst starting field position is on your own
41, it looks like they marked it now.
Your special teams is doing pretty well.
Absolutely. So the Hawks set up there and got plenty of time on the clock before the half here. Got great field position to give an answer.
If the Hawks had their ideal way here, they would have the ball the entire 7 minutes and not give it back to Sycamore. They would milk the clock, get a couple first downs, keep moving the ball, and then score right at the end. They're not looking for a quick strike here.
So we talked about Eric Davis really chewing up the Mason comments, and looks like the Sycamore Aviators watch that film as they swallow Eric up again here. So the Hawks are going to have to come up with something different. And, you know, the passing's been there. TJ's been a little high with his throws, but definitely the guys are open. So this time he drops back, looks, throws one over here to Poppy. He grabs that one, and he's going to step out of bounds and bring up 3rd and short.
That's Poppy's 9th catch on the season. He came in with 8 catches, 4 of them for touchdown. You know, part of the passing game is you have to have a good thrower and you got to have good hands to catch the ball. And Poppy's shown that he can catch the ball this year.
Yep, Kyle hauls that in. He's going to bring up 3rd and 3, which is definitely what Coach Haynes would like to see in this offense.
Yeah, 3rd and short. We'll see if they rely on Davis or if Kathman's going to keep it here.
Looks like they got a new tight end in there, number 85 for the Hawks. As now TJ keeps it, goes off the right-hand side, and Sycamore seems pretty fired up that they were able to hold him short of the 50, and the first down's just over the 50-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th and about less than, they're calling it 1 maybe?
Yeah, and I would imagine the Hawks are going to go for it here.
So bringing some beef package in here, going to go double tight end. And
Rosario in the game here.
Yeah, Rosario is going to go in there as maybe a blocking back.
Very tight formation there.
As hands it off to Charlie Kinrich, and Charlie gets 4 or 5 as the pile goes forward, and he's still dragging people.
Yeah,
and that'll move the chains for sure.
Yeah, that's good confidence in this O-line to make the key block and just move Sycamore's defensive line back. You know, the Hawks are so confident when they do that.
Have to give a shout out to your boys out there. Went off that left-hand side of Severfield.
The law firm.
And Clute from the center position as the boys push the line forward for the first down. So Hawks get to reset the downs here. First down as TJ fakes that one to DED and keeps it himself and goes forward as, and there you go, Stripes. Blow that whistle before people get hurt, big piles like that. As TJ goes forward for a good 9 yards and bring up 2nd and 1.
It's 2 different running styles from these quarterbacks. You see Engel just get the shotgun snap and bolt forward. TJ, as he fakes to Eric, goes around either the right side or the left side each time.
So now the Hawks are down inside their own 40 to about the 36-yard line with 2nd and 1. As Kathman drops back, looks like he's going to throw the ball. It goes right down the middle. He's got a man open. Looks like Van Hoser's there for a touchdown. Lakota East Thunderhawks.
What a dime of a pass. Kathman just drops back. Van Hooser wasn't wide open, but he made the great catch there, and Kathman just put it right in his breadbasket.
I'll tell you what, TJ found the touch on that one, and I don't know why Coach Rick Haynes doesn't throw the ball to this young man more often. Here you see TJ set his feet, makes a nice throw, and he lays it right in, and Caleb rubs right underneath it into his breadbasket for 6.
You know, the other part of that, Dave, is the blocking. I don't know if you saw how much time Kathman had, but he had quite a bit of protection there. And we have a missed extra point. Looks like that was blocked.
So the extra points have been interesting the last 2 weeks here.
That's going to make it a fresh ball game, tie game.
So it's all knotted up as both teams now miss a PAT. Not for sure who was in there. It looks like, I think that was Kathman was in there holding. We were talking about how the holds have been changing. Not for sure why they don't have the backup quarterback in there, as I've heard that Aiden Troutman is a typical holder. Like I said, came out of the locker room last week, taking TJ out, had young Andy Vogelman in there learning, and there's one of the future Hawks walking around with
waving to the crowd on homecoming day with the lei around her neck on Hawaiian night.
Here on a homecoming night at Lakota East High School, as the Hawks tie it up here with just 4:16 left. As that was a quick strike. You were saying that normally they would hopefully to hold on to the ball, but Coach Rick Haynes drops back and throws one, kind of maybe unexpected for the Aviators, and kind of catches them on a one-on-one, and I'll take one-on-one all day with Van Hoser, man. I'm telling you, that kid needs to get the ball more often on offense. So here goes the kickoff to Hoffman. It's a little short as it takes one bounce, and
looks like Ford slipped during his run back there.
As Ford picked it up, and he's been getting some good returns, but
Turf Monster got him there.
Got the Turf Monster, a little slippery there. You see the bounce, he grabs that, and he starts going, and there it is. Yep.
So good tackle by the artificial turf on that one.
Slippity-doo-dah there, and he's down around the 23-yard line.
Question is, can the Hawks stop William Engel on the run?
Absolutely. Engel is just chewing him up, and we both mentioned it's nothing fancy. He's not disguising it anyway. You know, he's taking the ball and just taking off right away. So now the ball goes into Ford's hands, and he breaks one off to the right-hand side out of the hole, and he's slipping away as finally he gets picked up, and now there's going to be a late flag as Van Hoser makes a huge hit.
And Ford went down hard. A, he was hit out of bounds, and B, he was hit pretty hard. As a runner there, you kind of let up your guard a little bit as you hit the out-of-bounds mark.
And that's going to cost the Hawks, too, as the big hit may have been in the white zone there.
Well, they're going to definitely tack on 15 yards there.
So he bounces that out. Hole was plugged, and he bounced that out to the right-hand side and found some space and was making some good play. And Van Hoser comes all the way over from the safety position and makes a big hit as Ford gets up, and that's good to see. Young man running off the field as the the Sycamore coach is not happy at all, as he's given everything he can to the white hat as the other referees helping him out. Kind of surprised they're actually giving him that much liberty, as the way reffing has been going on lately, and some of the abuse to referees. We ride them a lot sometimes when they make bad calls, but these guys do a pretty good job.
Yeah, Dattilo was upset. They got the 15 yards, but I think he either wanted a warning for the late hit or possible ejection like you see at the collegiate level.
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt there was 2 flags thrown right away, and I think that's the best way to handle it. Young man's up, walking away. Now Engel goes back. He goes to throw one as a receiver kind of pushes off a little bit there and grabs the ball, and they're going to blow that whistle early, and that's number 9 for...
That's Gio Garrett, who had the big catch on 3rd and 29.
Gio just pushes off. No flag there. Little surprise there as he goes up and climbs the ladder again as the Hawks come over and wrap him up. But a big, big toss that brings the ball down inside the 30-yard line to the 28.
So 3 minutes and 41 seconds left here for the Hawks to get a stop, and Sycamore again knocking on the door.
And Freeman was back on the coverage there. We talked about it, those long passes where the Hawks have been caught before, and now Engel just comes with a straight run up the middle, and he's going to gain a few and get to about the 25-yard line.
Another high snap that Engel had to field. He had to jump a little bit, which delays his run by just a second or two, but good for 3 yards. 3 minutes left, 2nd and 7, we believe.
See Charlie in there going both ways now, offense and defense at the linebacker position as the Avs split 4 wide and go straight with a run right up through the middle. And looks like Nathan.
It's going to be enough for
Rosario.
Sycamore first down.
Nate grabs him there, but not, like you said, after he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, Aviators just making mincemeat out of this Hawks defense right now.
Yeah, and boy, the Hawks need to stop this for sure with 2:30 left on the clock before the half. They definitely don't want them to get a score out of this.
There's a big difference going in the locker room tied or down 7 or potentially 8 if they go for.
So 4 wide again for the Aviators. Now he fakes a handoff and takes off again, makes another great move and leaps the DB and walks in untouched again for a touchdown.
Fantastic run by the quarterback there, Engel.
Fakes it to Washington. Kendrick was
right there
and
makes over the tackler.
And hops over a tackler. Again, that's that, trying to throw a shoulder, making a big hit versus just going in textbook. That's not real fancy and just doing a normal tackle. Maybe holds him up at the 5-6 yard line. So the Aviators punch this in, and there's another flopper, but it gets over the bar for PAT as the Aviators take the lead here 20-13 late in the second quarter at the 2:09 mark. And now the Hawks got their work cut out for them for sure.
The Hawks were looking at going in the locker room tied. Still 2 minutes left. We're going to see their 2-minute drill offense, which does have a couple passes to the flat and to the outside. We'll see if Poppy can get it in Van Hooser, but I think we're going to see.
Well, we saw TJ find his touch there in that last drive into Van Hooser, so the strike capability is there, we know. With 2:09, looks like the Hawks got all 3 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock when they want. Should be enough time to get down in there and at least get a shot at the end zone here before the half.
Yeah, Dave, I mean, I've talked to a couple people, and my son played on this team a couple years ago, and people have asked, do the Hawks have a 2-minute offense? Do they have that passing 2-minute offense? You don't see it a lot during the game, but they work on it every day. They work on that 2-minute drill just like all other teams. So you don't see them passing a lot during regular season games. But when the opportunity presents itself, they are ready, they are prepared, and we're going to see it here.
So we're going to get an opportunity to see that, and will be interesting is what's going to happen here on this kickoff, as the Hawks have had great field position so far in this game on all these kickoffs from the Aviators, and we'll see what they have planned here on this one as number 94 lines up to kick it, and this time he squibs it again up the middle, but I hear whistles.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an offsides on Sycamore. I think a couple of them crossed the line before that ball was struck.
So that's going to be a big break for the Hawks, and the Hawks have gotten some key breaks at key times. Haven't taken advantage of them yet. When they had the bad snap, brought up what was that, 2nd and 31, and goal, really 2nd goal from the 31, and they didn't capitalize on that. So now we got offsides. That'll push them back 5 more yards.
And clearly it looked like Hogan struck the middle or the top of the ball. So it's a called squib kick. And I'm not sure what Scott Totillo was trying to accomplish with that. The Hawks had a good run back by Van Hooser on the first kickoff of the game, but.
And Bennett Hogan doing the kicking duties here for the Aviators as he's trying to set this up again. And he's setting that sucker straight up and down.
He is a sophomore, but he has done the kicking all year for the Aviators.
As they make the call here, he walks it off. And we'll see what he's got in store this time. This time looks like he goes a line drive again right into Nathan Rosario, who made the big run back last time, and not so much this one, but he gets it decent after a short kick. And that's not going to be bad field position for the Hawks starting here at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, again, they haven't had more than a 60-yard field on any of their possessions so far.
So still
2 minutes left in the quarter. That's enough time to get down the field and get in the end zone.
Yeah, not really understanding here what Sycamore is doing on these kickoffs.
Hawks are going to go single backfield. Kathman in shotgun. Davis next to him. Kathman drops back to pass.
He shakes one guy, goes forward, hits his own man. Now he fakes another one. Doesn't have anybody out here for help. And he's just going to fight his way back just beyond the line of scrimmage.
I think he was heading toward the sideline to try and get the clock to stop. Again, the Hawks with 3 timeouts to their name. Minute 40 left.
Would have liked to seen TJ air that out somewhere or just get rid of it. You know, throw it short, stop the clock, go with the 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 9 with the clock running here. So now TJ goes back, got a couple of receivers going man-to-man with Van Hoser this time as he had an opportunity there, but comes up a little short.
Yeah, just short. The only thing I don't like about that is he was looking at Van Hooser the entire time.
Yeah.
You've got Poppy up top of your screen. You've got Van Hooser at the bottom of your screen.
Actually, you had Poppy and Kindrich out in the exact same location. Not too for sure what that was about. And like you said, TJ never took his eyes off of Van Hoser, and Caleb tried to make a play on that ball. Would have liked to see him get a little bit more aggressive with the defender and maybe try to draw a flag there. But now that brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and long. You don't need it all here.
Need a first down, move the change. First down will stop the clock for a while, right? Get back up to the line of scrimmage, get things moving. But you definitely need to get a fresh set of downs here. So they need to just look to move the chains right here.
High formation.
So now Kathman keeps it. He takes a break to the right-hand side, makes a move, jumps over a guy, makes more than the first down, and he gets down to the about 40-yard line. And let's see a sense of urgency, get the line up, let them set the ball and get things moving right here. So first down, they reset the ball as the Hawks come in. A little late there. Again, a little disappointed that they don't have the play already called, right? Now we're just wasting time here. Almost the whole 10 seconds now is rolled off, and we're just getting to the line of scrimmage.
A good run by Kathman. Everyone was expecting the pass on that. Kathman drops back to pass
looking
this
around,
time.
looking around, running for his life now, holding that ball in there, keeping it tight, and scampers somehow forward down below the 30-yard line for a first down. And, you know, again, that'll stop the clock momentarily as they reset the chains. And here come the Hawks again. I mean, coach has got to get this play in a little bit quicker. They should be standing at the line waiting for the set.
I'm confused why we're not taking a timeout there.
And there's a quick throw to Charlie, and he's dragging a couple of people. And now you definitely got to get a TO. So there's that quick hitch that they tried last time, little high to Charlie. And this time he and TJ connect and hook up and bring the ball down to about the 15-yard line as the Hawks take their first timeout with 28 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, certainly enough time to get 2 or 3 plays off. I am concerned they didn't take the timeout with 50 seconds left, but we're up here in the booth and the coaches are down there on the ground for a reason. They've been in this situation. I would imagine we'll see a quick out to either Poppy or Van Hooser, or, you know, Sycamore's going to expect the pass, go up to Davis. You do have your 2 timeouts left. So
right.
If you can power through closer to that goal line and then get in striking range, you do have your 2 timeouts with 28 seconds. So,
yeah, I would, like you said, I'm not too terrible with not taking the timeout, but boy, the play's got to be ready. You know, when you get the clock stopped on the chains moving at the high school level, the play's got to be ready, right? You see where you're at. You know you got a fresh set of downs. Get that play in there and get it going quick. So now you see the Hawks go split wide right. Got Van Hooser, and it looks like Trebon.
Kenrich in the backfield by himself. And what do we got here? Equipment issue, possibly?
Going to run him off.
Yeah, Benny Powell has to come off. Equipment malfunction, I believe.
And looks like they sent in Braden Rip. a junior running back. He'll take the spot as TJ goes back looking, throws one to the back of the end zone to Poppy, but a little too far in front of him into the bleachers there.
Yeah, good job by Kathman there. If Poppy's not open, you got to put it in a spot that Poppy can catch and not the defender.
Right.
So if anyone's going to catch that, it is going to be Poppy behind. But definitely a good decision by Kathman to throw it high. Second down, for the Hawks.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line.
A couple more chances here for them. They still have the 2 timeouts, Dave. Kathman could keep this if he sees the opening.
Oh, here they come blitzing. They set up a nice screen to Charlie. He's got to make a move here. He's got to drive, lean forward, and looks like he might be enough for a first down here. As the Hawks are still going to call timeout at the end of that play.
A good throw and good catch. That was a set-up screen where you allow Sycamore to completely blitz.
So he does get enough for the first down to the 4-yard line, which would have held the clock and to move the chains long enough, right? But coach takes a quick timeout, and we'll see. But, yeah, the Aviators were bringing the blitz. The Hawks let them come through, set that screen up, and Kindrich took it down to the 4-yard line. And so now we've got 16 seconds left with 1st and goal from the 4, and the Hawks still got that 1 timeout left, which is going to be critical here if they can't punch it in on this first try.
And like you said, Dave, you have to send in 2 plays here. You have to send in a play. If
Yep.
it works, you score. If it doesn't, you got to get to the line and run your next play. You don't want to use your last timeout here.
Yeah.
You don't want a field goal here. You want 7. You want 6.
And with first down, you got to have an option too, and here you just line up and spike the ball too if you need to kill the clock.
Look at the line there. You got Sierrafeld, Habathier,
and Clute.
And Clute, the law firm. Hopefully the law firm.
And I know which side I'd be running on right here as they go in the I formation. ED's back there. And Charlie Kindrich as TJ. I see Laundry as he goes to ED right up the middle. And he just walks in, but I saw a flag early.
Yeah, that flag came before the snap. I think one of the Hawks must have moved. Officials talking it over, not quite sure.
And that would not be what the Hawks need right now to go backwards 5 yards. As
they're waving it off.
Waving that off. Who knew? We'll take it, right?
So 13 seconds left. And
13 seconds left as TJ puts that in the belly of Eric Davis, and Eric takes it in for a touchdown. As now we've got official timeout. And looks like Kathman is in there doing the holding tonight.
There might be Rosario, actually.
As there, Hoffman puts it up nicely.
That was Nate Rosario with the hold that time, yeah.
So
double one instead of single one.
Hawks will put it up there and take the lead 20-19 with 13 seconds left here before the half.
And the Hawaiians in the audience are going crazy.
The homecoming Hawaiians are going crazy here at the Hawks' Nest. So huge answering drive there by Lakota East as they were able to drive down, get a touchdown with just seconds now left. I would suspect this ball's going to go deep. The Sycamore does have 2. I thought, no, they should only have 1 timeout left. Yeah, 1 timeout.
You got to be careful not to kick it to Ford.
Right.
Honestly, kicking it out of bounds wouldn't be a bad strategy either. But coming back, 2 minutes left in the half, marched down the field and scored, and you trust your offensive line.
Yeah, I'm not too for sure. I don't disagree with you. Maybe squib kicking down the middle here, make one of these guys just jump on the ball. They obviously don't have a lot of faith in their kicking game for a long field goal. And we'll see what Coach Haynes calls for here as Hoffman gets the ball set up as they're in the huddle here.
So Hawks have to be not pleased to go in the locker room halftime, but not too upset either. Have to make some adjustments in the locker room. You have to find out a way to stop the quarterback run from Engel. And if they could do that, they'll have a good second half.
So Hoffman hits a line drive right through the middle. Not a bad idea, as we were just saying, as he picks up, but somebody's got to tackle him. And now we get him stood up, and the Hawks come in with the cavalry and push him back to about the 30-yard line. And that took a lot of time just on the kickoff there.
That was Gio Garrett there, the man who's made 2 good catches, 1 diving catch down there and 1 leaping catch over there. And he did a good job holding onto the ball. The last thing you want to do if you're Sycamore is fumble that ball. And you know the Hawks were in there stripping it, trying to get that ball on the ground.
Like you said, he didn't go down, and he made a first move he made all of a sudden stalled a little bit of light, and then the Hawks closed it down. It looks like the Aviators are going to be happy with the score. And you know what? If I was Sycamore right now, being down 1 point at halftime, the way things started with the Hawks dominating, I'd be real happy. So we got Lakota East 20, Sycamore Aviators 20 at the half.
And he tried to make something happen. You know, as a blocker, it's hard to have the discipline. We see a ton of those penalties at all levels, professional, college, high school. So many penalties on kick returns, punt returns, and no different here.
He's got some wheels, but he wasn't able to turn it. So real quick around the league, it looks like Lakota West is up 14-7 just after the half on the Mason Comets, and Coleraine is up 14-6 over Middletown in the third. Some games going on as TJ gets in underneath the line of scrimmage, hands that off to Eric Davis, and Eric goes forward for a couple.
I guess the saving grace on this field position is you can have the ball a little longer. You have a longer field to go. Hawks need to keep getting first downs, though. That one was good for 5, so you got half of the yards you need.
Some other scores around the GMC. Looks like Hamilton's beating Fairfield 13-0. And Princeton is handling Oak Hills very easily, 48-7. So here we go. TJ hands that one off back up to ED as he spins, turns, squirrels. And as Kendridge comes flying into your screen there in your lap at the top left-hand corner, trying to make a big pancake block.
First down, Thunderhawks.
Just got an update on that Coleraine-Middletown game. It's now the fourth quarter. Coleraine 21, Middletown 13.
Wow.
So Middletown hanging tough.
That's a
with
surprise.
the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Wonder when the last time that happened was.
So Davis was able to push forward for a first down. And the Hawks are working their way out of their back to their own end zone at the 20-yard line now as Kathman tries to dive up and over the linebacker, and he gets a good hit right on the thigh as he's a little slow getting up. We'll watch that as he's taking a little gimp here. You'll see Ken. He comes right at you, coming right at you, and number 4 plants that shoulder pad right on the thigh.
Definitely a good legal hit.
Very good, and we
Rashid
talked about
Harris. He's the one that caused the fumble on Charlie.
Yeah, we talked about, hitting and wrapping earlier in the first quarter for the Hawks, and that was textbook by number 4 right there. Otherwise, if he tries to just give TJ a hit there, TJ maybe spins and rolls, and he's still running. So now we hand off to Kendridge. He finds a hole, blows over one guy, 2 more grab on the back of him, and he drags them 3 more yards for a first down way up to the 43-yard line.
He's going to come back holding on the Hawks. I don't know, Dave, if you saw how tight Charlie was holding that ball. He didn't want to fumble at that time, but unfortunately, as you see there, holding call on the offensive law firm.
So that's a tough one right there after a really good run by Kendridge as he breaks one open. I mean, he steamrolled the first guy, just knocked him back on his can, and then 2 of them had the jump on his back, and he drug them for 2 more yards, 3 yards. All for naught, though.
He always runs hard. We talk about this every broadcast, how hard he is to tackle, how strong his upper body is. And he just runs hard.
So now we have the handoff again over to Kendridge as he comes around on motion. And he's going to get a couple back after it being 2nd and 13 or so.
Going to bring up another passing situation for the Hawks at 3rd and 10. First passing opportunity of the half.
And this is a big conversion right here. Right, the Hawks need to do just to get field position, right? This is the furthest back as they've started.
And they haven't had to punt yet in this game.
So to convert this first down, move, get some field position, hold the ball, a little more time of possession is going to be massive. So 3rd and 10 as we throw it out to the flat, but there's not a lot of room over there as Poppy grabs the ball. And I'm not too for sure on that call, Ken, at 3rd and 10 and you throw a 4-yard pass.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is get him to curl, and they're expecting the defense to just all be in the box and see if they can finally get it on the outside to Poppy. And he did make a nice catch, but Hawks are going to have to punt. Charlie Kenrich in to punt. First time all game for the Hawks punting.
Yeah, Kyle was definitely made a good catch, but he had two guys behind him. I mean, we're just waiting for him, letting him curl under on a 4-yard route when you need 10.
Snap good.
Kindrich gets off, looks like a pretty decent punt off to the right-hand side as he grabs the ball. And Ford takes it forward for about 6 yards.
Not sure why he didn't fair catch there. That was a dangerous catch with the defender right in his face.
And
I don't know if our tackler thought maybe he did
yes.
fair catch it because he was so close to him, but he laid off a little bit. Normally you would expect a fair catch there.
Not only I would expect the same, and then like you said, it looks like it took the defender a little bit by surprise. That was the snapper. Clute was down there quick. And I thought he was going to just smoke him on the catch when I didn't see his hand go up. But so, we talking about earlier, just, needed that first down to flip the field. Right now you give the Aviators great field position from the 50-yard line as Engel takes the direct snap and goes straight through, gets to the second level again before he can come down. And he gains about 6 or 7 yards.
Hibbard there to meet him, and I don't know if that's Hibbard that's down. Somebody's down. Buckheit,
yeah, 33.
Maybe. That's Harrison Buckheit.
Yep.
On the ground. East trainer's going to go out and take a look, but let's watch Engel here as he gets the snap, and no question he's going to run. I mean, he doesn't drop back. That's just a direct snap and run.
Yeah, number one's not even close to him. He's 3 yards away from him to try to take the handoff, and
Rosario looked like he was being held there by one of the Beck Brinkman on the offense for Sycamore, but Engel's hard to stop.
Yeah.
East has to find a way to stop him. Now, when you look at time of possession where the Hawks were down in the first half, I would imagine they're up here, leading time of possession in the second half.
So it looks like he tweaked his ankle. I see a brace that's already on there. So could be a high ankle sprain on him as he's limping off, getting a little assistance from the trainers. And he's one of your starting linebackers. Harrison is. So that's going to be a little dent and an opportunity for somebody to step up. And that's where we've been getting kind of burnt, right, is that inside linebacker on the quarterback just going right up through the middle. So we'll catch who replaced him here as the Aviators have the ball, and he drops back, throws a nice ball down the right-hand side as Freeman is there, and he climbs the ladder again over top of him. And is that the young sophomore again? Number 13.
No, that's Cannon Ray, and that's his first catch of the game. He was Sycamore's leading receiver coming into this game.
Engel throws a nice ball, and again, Freeman is
great
there.
Position.
And just is not timing, excuse me, the jump right.
And Cannon Ray came into the game with, see how many.
Yeah, Engel takes
here.
a direct snap. He's going forward, and now the Hawks finally shut it down after about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Cannon Ray comes into the game with 11 catches for 136 yards.
Yeah, it looks
Sycamore's leading receiver.
looks like we got another Hawk down, and looks like Charlie Kindrich comes up a little gimpy, and that would not be good for the Hawks right now as the Aviators make another stretch pass there, right? Big play as Engel takes the ball again. He's just going forward all the way and just drives right in the end zone for a touchdown, Aviators.
And Charlie's down again. I don't know if he's cramping up or something with his shin, but Hawks can't like to see that.
And I hope upstairs is seeing that, and they just need to get that young man out of there. PAT, no reason to get him hurt.
Here comes the replay with Engel just following his snap right there. Again, untouched. That's his second untouched touchdown at least. Making it look easy up the middle. But Sycamore's been challenged, as is East, making extra points. So, this is a big extra point. It's up and good.
It's good. And I was watching Ken there. Charlie wasn't in the middle of that play at all. As far as didn't make the tackle, didn't get caught up in the pile. He was just getting blocked back. So something there with his leg, and I'm trying to peek down right now if the trainers are on him.
Well, he waved him off. He's sitting there on the bench by himself. He waved him off. He said, "I'm not coming out." And the young man's got to be exhausted playing both ways there. Dave, who picked tonight as Hawaiian night? I know the first game against Moeller, it was like 100,000 degrees here.
Yeah.
In the press box, sun was shining. And tonight's a little chilly. I guess maybe that offsets it. Maybe this is bringing the warmth.
Yeah, I don't know. I see Hawaiian, and then I see plaid and cowboy hats, too. So somebody didn't get the message. So, yeah, they've had Hawaiian night. They had red, white, and blue night. I think that was
fluorescent night.
Yeah, the neon fluorescent night. Having fun down there in the student section. But the Aviators flip the field, get a short field, make a long play, stretch play again. Again, we talked about earlier, the Hawks get beat on a deep route, and they punch it in and tie this thing up 27-27 at the 2:07 mark in the third, as now they do a squib kick that Hawks had a chance to pick that up and run, and that's our wide receiver, Kyle Poppy. That's usually somebody with those good of hands would scoop that up as he's frustrated a little bit. Pats his chest, says that's on me, because they could have scampered at least 10, 12 yards.
Still not
forward.
Too bad. You're still starting at the 28, so you're not deep in your own end.
Right.
Hawks are going to
You know,
go back to their bread and butter here, trust their line, and move down the field.
And you see that at all levels too, right? High school, college, pro level. Just scoop the ball, get possession first, then worry about running with it. There, I think Kyle wanted to scoop and run at the same time, and the ball got away from him. So now the Hawks will start. Looks like they're going to actually mark that on the 25-yard line, and there's illegal motion there. Looked like the whole left side moved.
Yeah, a little eager there to throw their blocks.
And we saw this last week. The Hawks drove down at the Mason to the 4-yard line, had 3 motion penalties in a row, and drove themselves backwards.
It's a tie game. It's a 0-0 game. You just got to stay patient and go back to what you do best.
Yeah.
You don't have to make anything happen special here.
Yeah, just do your thing, right?
Oh, no.
Nope, I think they're going to call him down. They're going to call him down. Kaufman was on the ground for sure.
Ball kind of popped loose after Kaufman was down. And
the Aviators are going to want to go to the replay booth for that, but
Harrison picked it up, and Sycamore thought they had a score there. Scott Totillo not too happy with that.
We'll see the replay in our booth here, though, as TJ comes through. Oh, I don't know where the knee is there.
No, but we're lucky there is no replay in high school football.
That's out. And the same young man, number 4, is having a whale of a game in here for the Aviators.
Rasheed Harris knows how to strip the ball.
And luckily there was an Aviator right in front of TJ that blocked the referee's vision.
It's a nice throw and catch by Poppy, curling back to the out of bounds. Kaufman puts it right in his numbers, and he's able to catch it and step out of bounds just shy of the first down, 3rd and 1. Dave Sycamore got robbed on that.
Yeah, they're not going to like to see that on film tomorrow morning. When they see that, they're going to be a little upset, as number 4 did strip that again. Would have been his second one for the night, and he recovered it. So now the Hawks are back in business here as a handoff, it looks like, to Kendrich. And Lapio goes forward and backwards. But he got enough for the first down.
So not all GMC crews, camera crews would be able to capture that. But our top-notch Lakota East camera crew was all over that play.
Right on there. And we'll kick a shout out to all the folks watching tonight. We appreciate it. Keep sharing out there with folks. Hopefully we're giving you guys what you want and what you can see here. We're doing what we can in the booth, and the camera guys are just phenomenal out there. Gives us great shots, good replays. Guys down in the truck doing a great job for y'all out there. So,
looks like we have a scoreboard malfunction here. So, looks like they'll be keeping time on the field for a little bit and working on trying to get that fixed.
But shouting out to the West Chester TV cable guys. Follow them on the social media. streaming these games on the YouTube, so we appreciate them. Appreciate everybody that's out there watching, and share those links as folks can watch these games around the country. I know there's a lot of alumni that have been asking about how do they get to the link, how can they watch the game, kids that are in college away. So we are glad to offer this and enjoy providing you guys the games out there. So
got a season high 65 views right now. You could also watch the playback. We went close to 1,000 on the last playback, so definitely the word's getting out there. I'm sure the boys go home and watch it. Out of town relatives, but
absolutely huge. You know,
all the viewers.
If we can take a positive out of COVID, the opportunity to provide these games live, so family and friends from away, especially grandparents and the like, that can watch these young men compete that can't be here in town to see it. So we're glad to do that and keep providing as much as we can.
Good run off tackle there, TJ. Kept the ball, got 5 yards.
So it looks like the scoreboard is fixed as we're running down here in the third quarter. Still plenty enough time for the Hawks to get another play off here at 2nd and 5 from the 41-yard line as Kathman comes up to the line of scrimmage.
Most likely the last play.
Looks like you got
the quarter.
ED back there. Charlie goes in motion. There's a nice pitch to him on the run as he puts his shoulder down, runs right over somebody, and leans forward for another 3-4 yards for a first down.
Got some kind of flag as Austin Searveld was thrown after the play. Is that going to be against East?
And looks like they're going to call that on him, maybe.
East fans not happy. We've got a personal foul.
Ref's microphone was working early in the first quarter.
Let's see if we can see what happened there. There's Charlie running.
Man, he just lowers the boom. And, you know, smart young man after he gets hit, he's always diving forward, right?
And you see there at the bottom of your screen there a little push, but it was almost like he was trying to brace himself from stopping running. I don't know if that was an intentional malicious push or if it just happened. But
and that's hard to slow down that much motion going forward, these large offensive linemen. But that'll be the end of the third, as it's 27-27 all knotted up here at Lakota East.
Time expires in the third quarter play. Four fans, Lakota Thunderhawks 27, Sycamore Aviators 27. Attention all spectators, per GMC bylaw and Lakota High School policy, spectators are not permitted on the field at any time at the conclusion of the game. We thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lakota East here at the Hawks Nest. As you can see the scoreboard as we enter the fourth quarter, it's all knotted up here, 27-27, as the band's playing the student sections here, and we got a good one all knotted up.
Yeah, everybody's rocking and rolling. We got a tie game. East just ran for a first down, and unfortunately had an inadvertent, it looked like to me, push. The first down counts, but they had to move back 15 yards after the run. But they did get a fresh set of downs, and it is 1st and 10. Hawks are driving close to Sycamore territory, and in a game that's been even matchup, back forth, short field answer.
So as they were just got over the midfield, like you said, the penalty will push them back into their territory to the 42-yard line. But a fresh set of downs nonetheless. And right now, Lakota looks like they're moving the ball pretty well, that this offense is used to and normal to, as TJ rolls over to the right, holds on to that one, and takes it upfield for a couple of positive yards.
I think Benny Powell wanted that one. He gave kind of a
Benny Powell in there for
body language motion there to Kathman, like, why didn't you give me the ball there?
Nick Rabin, who got hurt last week, so Benny Powell's taking that position in the backfield. And sometimes you got to trust those guys who want to make a play, who are getting an opportunity, right? As as the ball goes right to Eric Davis.
TJ did a good job disguising that. I thought Davis had it too.
I thought Davis had it too. We fooled us both.
But TJ kept it and ran right into Eugene Harney for the Aviators. It's going to be 3rd and short. And the student section getting fired up, getting some T-shirts thrown at them in the stands.
Getting those Lakota East homecoming T-shirts as the student section is full to capacity down there tonight. And Sycamore showed up with theirs too. We'll give them a shout out there. They got their student section over there, and their band, prep band came as Kaufman tries to hold on to that one, and he's not going to make it. And he probably should have pitched that one.
Yeah, Sycamore is definitely expecting that. Met by Zaire Washington, who's played both ways for the Aviators.
So 4th and 2, what do? You're at midfield. And looks like Coach Haynes is going to...
I would imagine they would go for it here. I mean, your offense is designed to get 2-3 yards at a time, and you are
bringing the heavy package in, and the wide receivers come off. ED comes out. I'd like to see him staying there, but this is where Nate Rosario goes in, and they got Kathman in there, and
Sycamore wants to talk that over.
Sycamore's going to talk that over right now on their defenses. This will be a pivotal play with 9 minutes left in the game, 27-27.
I don't know, Dave, if we can get a camera toward our booth here, if any of our sideline cameras can.
We'll have to see if
the. Not sure if we can do that. Not sure if we have the capability to do that or not.
The end zone guy down there take a shot here in the booth of the.
Talking about T-shirts getting passed out. Not sure if we can pan up here. I don't think we have that capability, but I got myself a T-shirt here, Dave. You want to?
What's the Severfield and Severfield Law Firm? Busting ours to protect yours. I like it.
Those fans aren't the only ones that got T-shirts thrown at them. So
this is going to be a big call for the law firm down there in the trenches if they can pull this off at 4th and 2. And it goes straight forward to Kendricks. He breaks not only the 2 yards, but he goes forward for about 12, and it takes about 8 of them to haul him down.
Beautiful, powerful run by Charlie.
Boy, Ken, you're going to see this here. He just breaks through everybody, and number 4's holding on for his life, looking for some help.
Yeah, Harris had no opportunity to strip the ball there. All he could do was hang on for dear life while Charlie took him for another 4 yards.
Though he tried to put his paw in there and yank on it.
Big, big first down for the Hawks.
That is a huge first down, and we'll see if that gives them some momentum now as they go back and give it to Charlie again. And he'll take it forward for, again, another positive 3 or 4 yards.
You know, you hear the term gamer all the time. Who's a gamer? Who's going to make a play? If you want the ball in somebody's hands, I mean, you could pick any of the Hawks here, but if you had to pick one, you'd want the ball in Charlie's
Number
hands.
5. Number 5. And that's a reason why he got a lot of big looks and settled up with the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll be able to watch him on Saturday mornings there, as they're going to pick up a good one, and I'm sure this young man's just going to get better as he gets older, bigger, and stronger, as there's now a handoff to Eric Davis, and he does his thing. And what a nice 1-2 punch when you have Kendrick and Davis in there. That's got to be tough for defenses to know who to watch. And then even when you have we talked about TJ had the largest yards rushing in the first half, leads the team in rushing too. So you kind of have that triple threat, that 3-headed monster, right?
That's such a difference between Sycamore's offense, who's going to rely on their quarterback to do all the running, and you can key on him. You can't key on any of the Hawks.
Oh, there's a nice throw, but a little short, and they are just not getting that off right there. That connection with TJ and Charlie, as Charlie was coming down here on the replay. He's open, Ken, I think.
Yeah, he made a good sliding attempt, and TJ put it where he had to. It's a tough catch to make. Probably one he wishes he would have caught. Good play call by the Hawks, trying to catch Sycamore off guard. Unfortunately, it didn't take. But the beauty of doing that on first down is you still have your 2, and this is 4 down territory, obviously. You still have your 3 chances to get your 10 yards.
Yeah, quick 3-step drop, but just they have not made the connection yet, as that was a little short, as it's now 2nd and long. TJ's going to change the play. That
doesn't happen too often with the Hawks.
No.
They come to the line and change the play. Coach Haynes is probably asking TJ, what were you thinking?
Oh, Coach Haynes does not like that at all. He's given his quarterback a little counseling there in the middle of the field. So not for sure with what Kathman saw there, but he wanted to call a different play. And I didn't see if the game clock was getting close, but Coach Haynes calls a timeout and resets the troops here.
I like those numbers on the helmets. I don't remember the Hawks having those in the last couple of games.
No, I like them too.
Hawks with their gray tops and
so there's a
gray
good
bottoms there.
Good shot of the offensive line there.
How would you like to feed those guys?
And that's double Sieverfeld, Klute, Habeber.
What you think it costs to take them out to like a nice steak dinner?
I don't know, but I'd like to sit down with them sometime. Those boys do bust theirs to protect those behind them and do a pretty good job of it right now. As
TJ's going to keep that.
And go forward and slide for about.
He's a game or two, because most quarterbacks there get hit and they go down. You know, he's going to get another 3 yards after the first hit, keep his feet moving and stretch the ball out.
That's exactly what he did there. He got hit about 2 yards in and was able to get another 2 yards out of that to bring up 3rd and 6.
The Hawks don't have to get all 6 right here. Obviously, you want to get all 6, but you're in 4 down territory. You know, if you can get 4 or 5 and then trust your line to just get you the last 2 on the next play.
And talking about that line, some of those young men are the juniors down there, so going to get an opportunity to see them next year. As TJ fakes the pitch to Benny Powell, now he's going to throw the ball down into the middle of some traffic, and that looks like, was that Charlie?
Touchdown.
Kendrich goes up on the ladder and pulls that one down. So talk about a gamer, Ken, right there. Not kind of an ill-advised pass by Kathman here into a lot of yellow, but
3 defenders right there, and Charlie pulls the ball in.
There's his right-hand man, Charlie Kendrich, number 5. He climbs the ladder between 3 defenders and pulls it down for 6, and that's going to be a big play if the Hawks are able to hold on, as Hoffman puts the PAT up through the middle, and it's going to make this a 34-27 ball game. And now you're going to put it on the defense, and if they can come up with a stop and put this ball back into the Hawks' hands.
Yeah, who said you don't have to get it all on that play? Obviously, they didn't hear what I said there. They went for it all, and what a play, Kathman to Kenrich. What a play.
Yeah, between a lot of white shirts down there. How he jumped up and took that, I don't know. But, you know, you talked about it, Ken, right? You said gamers. And gamers want the ball. They want the pressure and the spotlight and the tough times. And right there, Charlie just went up and made a great play and results in 6 points.
But he's also playing through a little bit of pain. You saw him either with a cramp or his legs have got to be exhausted there. You ignore all that. You forget all that. He's having his elbow looked at. You forget all that, and you just go out and make a play. So he's comfortable here with a 7-point lead. We've seen Sycamore come back, but East has to feel good about that score going up 7.
Yes.
7 minutes left.
Absolutely. So
higher scoring game than I think you and I both anticipated here.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I thought the Hawks would be on the upper end, and I didn't expect, to be honest, the Aviators to come up with 27 points. But, you know, when you look back in the season here, you know, we thought Engel was going to be out, not the quarterback tonight. But when he was in at the beginning of the season, they're scoring in the 40s and the 30s. So, you know, that levels things out as now we have another squib kick tonight by the Hawks as they pick it up at the 30-yard line. And I say kick it deep. You know, Ford's had 3 runbacks. He's never made it past the 30-yard line. Now we're squib kicking it to the 25-yard line. And, you know.
Yeah, we're giving them not a fully short field, but a shorter than you would have liked.
Yeah, they're picking the ball up there, as you see on the replay, about where Ford's running it back when you're kicking it back to the 10, 5-yard line. So I would like to just see him kick it deep and see if they can pin him sometime, or you might come up with something. He bobbled the last kickoff that was deep. Didn't come up clean with it, so
Hawks need to rely on their defense here to make a stop.
Engel hands it off there to Ford as he goes forward for a couple.
Yeah, we haven't seen that too many times with the handoff there. Obviously, the Hawks are keying in on Engel.
Nathan Rosario with the tackle.
So Sycamore is going to have it second and about 5.
And I think the D-line's got to do something here, right? They got to break through, push. Like to see Hibbard come up with a play here and be able to hold down. There you go. That'll hold him up. Oh, he slips the tackle, makes it, and breaks it down the right-hand side. He's still alive. He's at the 30. And he's going to get drugged down right about the 26-yard line. And he was dead to rights in the backfield, and you just got to make this tackle.
That is one athletic kid there. You see Engel break a tackle and then break a tackle there on the outside, make a cut move inside. That is one athletic kid. He punts, he runs, he throws. He is Sycamore's offense there.
Absolutely. And
just when you said, Dave, they have the defensive line has to break through, and they did. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring him down.
Didn't get him wrapped up there. Would have been a 4-yard loss. Instead, he gains probably 30-something yards as now he hands off wide to Ford as, yeah, going to give him about 38 yards on that scamper. And like you said, Ken, he was going inside, outside. I thought he was going to step out there, but no, he turns it back in and goes for another 6-7 yards. So, you know, we'll give Engel credit. You know, he's stepping up to that gamer position too, right? You know, he's, like you said, playing multiple positions here in this game, helping his team out with his arm, his legs, his leg, no kidding, on the punting.
Got to watch out for Cannon Ray here too.
He takes that direct snap, and Nathan
Rosario crushes him on that one. And, you know, when you become a running back from a quarterback, our linebackers have to make him feel the price for running the ball. You know, you got to kind of wear him down. You don't want to injure him.
Right.
But you do want to wear him down. You want to make him feel every hit, and Nathan Rosario right there made him feel that hit.
And let me tell you, last week in that game, the linebackers put a hitting on that quarterback from Mason. That young man, I don't know how he stayed in the game. Some monster hits he took. And that's what the Hawks are going to have to do here. Just key on number 8. And not let him continue to run at will.
Yeah, they're able to bring down Engel there, but not till after a gain of 4. It's better than they've been containing him, but he's still getting a bunch of yards every time. I'm telling you, watch out for Cannon Ray here.
Yep, so with 5 minutes left here in the contest, both teams got 2 timeouts left. Hawks with a 7-point lead, but the Aviators are getting ready to knock on the door as they're in the red zone on the 11-yard line. Have a chance to get a first down here as he takes the direct snap now. Looks like Kendricks jumps on him, and a whole other group of gray shirts come in and push him backwards. And that's going to force a 3rd and 5.
And nowhere to go for Engel on that one. Great defensive pursuit by the Hawks.
So give him a part of a yard. They're going to say 3rd and 4.
Again, Sycamore right to the line, not letting the Hawks substitute.
So this becomes a huge 3rd down right here as they're right in front of the student section, and the sidelines is asking for some noise as they go split wide receivers. Engel goes back, high snap, going right to the run. He's got a lineman out there, and I think they may have held him as the ball kind of came loose.
Yeah, he's just 2 yards short, maybe a yard and a half short of the first down. Sycamore's obviously going for it here.
And the ball did squirt out. It did squirt out, but they're going to say he was down.
So fourth and
I don't know if we got to look at that or not, but the ball squirted out towards the sidelines. As the guard pulls here, he's got 53 in front of him, and somebody makes a big hit. And yeah, that ball's out. That ball's out. I don't know what you're thinking, Stripes.
Well,
he's laying on top of the Lakota guy. That ball was out.
Sycamore did recover it anyway, so same result.
So fourth and 2. This is a huge play as they take the man, drag him in motion. Ball goes high. It's a high snap again, and he's going to be able to go forward or not. And the Hawks say they're going to be there and hold him. And that's going to be the hugest play of the game right there. The defense steps up when they need to. But I'm going to have to say they got a little help from the Aviators center on a high snap that held Engel just a few seconds here. We're going to see.
Yeah, Engel bobbled this here coming off the snap. He bobbled it. He caught it, and that allowed the D-line, Rosario in pursuit there. Jalen Palin-Moore from behind. And Hawks stop him short. They're going to take over on downs.
Palin-Moore gets in there. They see a whole line of gray shirts right in front of him. And the Hawks have him and hold him on a change of possession here.
What a defensive stop for the Hawks. Unbelievable. Got to protect the ball here. Have to protect the ball.
So the Hawks are they're back against their own end zone, so they got to move the ball here and hold on to it, as number 4 has been ripping and at that ball all night. And we mentioned that both teams still have 2 timeouts. Coach Rick Haynes not looking to use one anytime soon for sure. And it looks like Sycamore takes one right away after a 5-yard pickup.
Now, Dave, this is a game that's won in the trenches. I mean, when you talk about the great skill players, the receivers, the running backs, but the line blocking for both of these teams has been incredible, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, Engel doesn't run without the line splitting there, and Kaufman and Davis don't do it without their line.
There's the student section. They're fired up. And that last play was right down there in front of them, so the bench was asking for some help from the crowd. I don't know if that was the difference. We have seen those high snaps all night long, but I'm sure hearing that screaming here, we're going to see it again as the snap just goes high, it looks like. And Engel's got to wait for it to go up and come down. Rosario chasing him from behind. Powell was right there, and I don't know who had the stop. Looks like
Kevin Cornell in there also.
Yeah, 58, and Charlie Kindrich was right in the middle of that too, as he gets the ball now and pushes forward.
The key is getting those chains to move, and they're going to move right there.
And that's a big first down right there.
Again, want to shout out to all our fans here. Talking about line, the people that appreciate the linemen there, the parents of linemen. One of the Hawks' favorite teachers of all time, Michelle Wilkerson, I know is tuned in. I want to give a shout out to her. Mama Wilk, as they used to call her when she was Team Mom.
So now your law firm is definitely earning their
they're at the $350, $400 an hour rates down there.
They're earning their pay down in the trenches now as these big first downs as the clock's running. And Sycamore still has 1 timeout to stop the clock. And the handoff looks like that goes to Charlie Kinrich. Nope, AD. Eric Davis takes that.
I really liked what the Hawks did there. They sent Benny Powell. He didn't follow the play. He stayed back. Just in case you have that fumble and Sycamore picks it up, you still have a man back to potentially make a tackle there. So
because the Hawks, they were just on their own 20-yard line right there, that fresh set of downs. Now they push the ball up over the 26-yard line. So their back is to their end zone. Field position is definitely in the Aviators' favor right now, but they use their final timeout to stop the clock at second down.
Definitely a little more breathing room for the Hawks.
As this brings up a 2nd and 3, so Hawks are in no hurry here, but in between downs.
If there's a team that knows how to keep the ball for 2 minutes, it's your Lakota East Thunderhawks.
And if they pick up this first down, that might be time to start the bus for the Aviators here as they crowd the line. I mean, they got 10 guys in the box. As
we got a first down. That's going to move the chains
that's
one more
gonna roll
time.
the chains right there.
And it's good for a Thunderhawks first down.
See Kevin Cornell on offense there too. He's playing both ways for a series or two.
So huge first down right there for the Hawks. Now that clock's running after they set the chains at
And nothing more important
1:59 and running.
Nothing more important than protecting the ball right here.
Yeah, now it's just protect the ball, right? Protect the ball.
Nothing fancy. 2 hands on the ball. If you get hit, you go down.
So he hands that up the gut to Eric Davis.
Aviators with one more timeout, electing not to take it on this play. They're going to wait until after second down. But one more first down for the Hawks, and that's ball game. Coach Haynes calling out instructions to the team. I don't think TJ is going to change the play at the line of
I
scrimmage
don't
on this
think
one.
so any more this game for sure. And he might be calling for the victory here. I don't know. And just take knees. Nope, they're going to line up in a normal set as the clock goes under 1 minute. He calls Benny Powell in motion and hands it off, I think, to Eric Davis.
Aviators not taking a timeout here.
So it looks like they're out of timeouts, Ken. Yeah, they took that timeout right before the first down. And
Difference of the play
I
clock is 4 seconds.
I think the Hawks got to take one more snap here. So this will definitely be the victory formation for sure. As Caleb sits way back. As
What a football game today, Dave.
TJ's going to come up to the line with Charlie and Benny Powell next to him and take a knee. But yeah, Ken, what a phenomenal game. Started off fast for the Hawks, and the Aviators answered quick and then took the lead, and then we just went flip-flopping back the score. And the Hawks finally got a stop early in the third quarter, got possession, took it down, and they were able to punch that ball in and take this to a final of Lakota East 34, Sycamore Aviators 27. That's all from the booth here. Ken, been a great time again. We'll see you again in the next broadcast. Appreciate everybody out there watching us online.
We thank you in advance for your cooperation. Thank you for your support of Thunderhawk Athletics, and we'll see you